I'm Brad Hoffman, and this is the Arandell Corporation. Well, our story actually begins 100 years ago. This is the year that we're celebrating our 100th anniversary. So from our humble beginnings in 1922, the company was started by two gentlemen, Mr. Riedelbach and Mr. Loriot, and the company was named R&L Lithography. And it served the Milwaukee community downtown with beer bottle labels, cheese labels, sausage labels, and the like, and it's grown from there. Shortly after World War II, the Trice family bought the company, and they owned it till I bought it in 2014. Since then, we've grown the company pretty dramatically. We've put some new equipment on our floor, which I'm sure you're going to take a look at later on. And so here we are in 2022, 100 years later. Online, we're at www.arandell.com, and where we're physically located is in Menomonee Falls, which is a wonderful community that we've enjoyed being out here since 1974. Arandell Corporation is the premier catalog solutions provider in North America, and we deal with some of the best brands in the country. And we actually got our start in about the 1980s dealing with the direct mail catalog, and our first customer was Neiman Marcus. And after we acquired the Neiman Marcus work, we had a baseline blue chip customer that we could go up and down Fifth Avenue in New York and attract the likes of Macy's and Nordstrom's and other brick and mortar retailers. Today, with the transformation that's happening in brick and mortar retailing, we're doing a little bit less in that space and doing more in the direct-to-consumer space. So if you think of a Yeti coolers or Untuckit, for instance, would be some of these brands that are up and coming, and they rely less on brick and mortar and more on direct mail and other forms of direct contact with their customers. We have 560,000 square feet. We would have a full complement of about 625 employees at this point. The equipment is going to be some of the most sophisticated press and bindery equipment that's out there. No matter how complicated the equipment, you still need valued employees that know how to operate that very sophisticated equipment. You need precision in your technology to make sure that with the short windows that we have to produce 1 million catalogs to get it into your mailbox by next Tuesday or whatever the requirements are, everything gets synced up. There's a lot of moving parts to our business, and if it wasn't for the dedicated workforce to make sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, this is why we enjoy the reputation that we have in the marketplace.
My name is Steve Sanfilippo. I'm the Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing here at Arandell in Menomonee Falls. What Arandell brings to the marketplace, there's never been a better time for that in our industry. We have an exceptional team that provides top quality service, and we're very fortunate in working with clients that are thriving in their respective businesses. Due to the pandemic, a lot of really leading brands around the country saw the value of going directly to the consumer rather than going through the brick and mortar retail. And as a result, they're more heavily investing in print and catalogs in order to express their individual products, but as importantly, their brand. What is it that they bring through their products that an individual customer, consumer can experience? And it's been a wonderful partnership with a multitude of clients around the country.
One of the things we really pride ourselves on from an Arandell marketing standpoint is sort of pushing that envelope, developing new mediums, talking to the next generation. And one of the ways that we're able to do that is looking outside of what I would consider how the print industry traditionally markets itself. So one of the things that we did here is started a podcast. And so it's me and another young guy that go around and talk to people within the industry just to kind of get a different perspective, a different narrative out there than maybe what people are traditionally used to hearing. I started a Printers Under 40 group, so getting more of the young people within the industry together to do idea sharing and just developing sort of the next generation of great network and great print minds. One of the things, and again, I think that there's this sort of weird narrative about like print is dead or print's not dead. Throw all that out. Print is going through a renaissance period where it's really evolving. Part of that is technology, part of that is the next generation of marketing, part of that is just even data, right? So what you would traditionally use to drive a print campaign was name and address. Well, now there's so many more data points on consumers. So you can become highly targeted, highly sophisticated, and there's just an accelerated ability to get print messaging out into consumer in the marketplace's hands that didn't exist prior to sort of all these other evolutionary advances that happened on the digital and data front.
The people in Wisconsin, and specifically Menomonee Falls, are extremely genuine. I really appreciate people's dedication and work ethic, and I think that's a reflection of this community and the state of Wisconsin. We all learn from each other. There's just great mentorship. There's people that want to help the next generation become skilled and derive and achieve some of the same passion and enthusiasm that they've gained over the years.